Alrighty, I am big time in need of some mobility work today, so I thought I would film that and be able to send that out. So unscheduled day of a video, but here we go. I'm going to start out with a half kneeling rocker stretch. This is primarily for the groin adductor. Might feel some down into your calf. Might feel some on this side as well. So we're going to start out in a half kneeling position, hands forward. I'm just going to rock back to the heel of the kneeling side. The outstretched leg, I want the foot flat on the floor, toes pointed straight ahead. As you rock back, the stretch should get greater. If it doesn't, just push the foot out a little bit. Do about 10 of those. If your knee pops a lot, like mine is right now, just put it on something softer, like a folded up towel, something like that. There's too much tension in there. That's so much better. Mobility work right now for me is almost as good as strength work. My normal day is super active. I'm moving a lot with clients. I'm picking up a lot of heavy things with clients. And right now, I don't even have any weights in my house. I'm a trainer. I've been working in the best gyms in Boston for 20 years, 20 plus. Never bought anything for my house. I had access to every gym I could ever need. So I've never bothered to put anything in the house. We have a TRX. We've got 8 45-pound plate and a couple 20 pound dumbbells. And that's it. So I'm doing those things. Body weight workouts here and mobility work and going for a lot of walks and some bike rides with my little people. And that's what I'm doing, just like the rest of the world. And it's work, it works. So, all right, from there, we're gonna go to an active straight leg raise. You're gonna be lying on your back. If your low back is tight in this position, just keep one leg bent and then bring the other leg up. If it's not tight, go ahead and flatten both legs. Feet are together, toes to your nose, arms down on the floor. Just gonna bring that leg up. You're gonna keep it super straight. You'll find a good stretch in the hamstring. As you can see, I'm not that mobile through my hamstrings and hips. But this one becomes a nice hamstring stretch after 8 or 10. Should feel it right away. Keep your core engaged on this one. Try to keep your back a little bit flat, even though we're lying with legs long. If you're lying with one leg tented, so one knee bent, foot flat on the floor, like this, it's even easier to keep your low back flat. You'll have a little more range of motion through the leg to find your hamstring stretch, but it's just as effective and it's fine. From here, we're going to go to hip internal rotation or femoral head internal rotation. So we're going to lie flat on the floor. Legs are bent, feet are going to be nice and wide apart. We're going to bring one knee in toward the other foot. You want to keep this, this low back, this hip pretty flat to the floor. We don't want a big rotation up. Then we're not moving at the hip joint. We're moving through the back, okay? So nice and easy, bring that knee down toward the other foot, all the way back out. And then as we bring that knee down to the foot, we don't want this leg to flop out. We're just rotating through your back to allow that to happen. So keep that put there. We want as little other movement as possible to occur. Nice and easy with these. A second or two hold is plenty. You should feel that stretch on the outside of the hip. Love this one. Get a lot of tension in our hips, especially sitting all day long. And this one's great. Most of my focus right now is going to be in the hips In a few minutes, we'll get into the world's greatest stretch. That gets more into the thoracic spine. And I'm just doing simple mobility work here right now. So much of the mobility work today focuses on end range of motion, a lot of breathing. This is just really simple, no-brainer stuff, but it's effective and it goes a long way to making you feel better. All right. From there, we're gonna go into our 90-90 stretch. So this is gonna be for the outside of the back of the hip. We're gonna get one leg in front of us, 90 degrees at the knee. Other leg is coming off 90 degrees. So we've got lower leg and upper leg parallel to one another. Center of my chest is gonna go out right over that knee, okay? We're gonna get it right out there. Now, right now, I can't get this elbow to the floor. So I'm gonna use my breath. Just get relaxed and get this elbow to the floor through my breathing, okay? Take a minute here. If you can't get down that far, for a lot of people, this is going to be a stretch, and that's totally fine. You gotta be where you're at. You know, a lot of big guys, this is going to be a stretch. A lot of women, this is going to be a stretch. I'm not trying to be sexist, but if you can, get right down on those elbows, get into your breath, chill out for a minute, get into that stretch nice and deep. All right, go the other way. Again, lower leg, upper leg are parallel to one another. And we're right down into that stretch over the knee. We don't want to be outside. We're not going to be in a stretch. We want to make sure we're right over that knee. All right, from there, one of the areas that gets super tight as we're doing all this sitting all day, I'm actually doing a lot of my sessions from this little couch, so my hip flexors are getting super tight. We're gonna go with a half kneeling rear foot elevated hip flexor stretch. Bring my RX pad back over, and I'm gonna put my foot right up on this box because it's handy. Could have done it on the couch, that would have been great too. Love seat. Anyway, we don't want to push through your low back on this. We want to do a pelvic tilt. So I want to try to bring the bottom of my butt down to the back of my knee, okay? So I'm literally tilting that downward, squeezing that glute, and just by pushing my pelvis into posterior tilt, getting a really nice stretch down my hip flexor and quad. And I'm gonna slightly rotate while keeping that left glute tight into this front leg. I'm just gonna hold that position. And I'm just gonna breathe here for a minute. Beautiful. From there, we're going to switch. Again, if you don't have an RX pad, just hold up a towel. The hard floor can be a lot on your knee. And I'm in my posterior tilt. Good stretch from the hip flexor down into the quad, basically all the way down to the knee. I'm going to maintain the glute squeeze on that down leg side and rotate just a little bit into the front leg side. And then just breathe. All right, last thing we're going to do is my version of the world's greatest stretch. So get these out of the way. And we're going to start this from a standing position. Come right down the legs. We're going to do a walkout into push-up position. We're going to bring one foot forward. I'm going to rotate right up to the ceiling. We're going to breathe there. Bring that back down, take the leg back, bring the other foot forward, rotate it up. Back down to the floor, take it back. We're gonna come into down dog, nice hamstring stretch. Back into push-up position. Some people do a push-up in there. I'm just doing mobility right now. Thoracic rotation right now. Take the leg back, other one forward, right back into my rotation on the other side. Back into push-up position, into down dog. Get those hips back. Now if I come forward into my push-up position here, I can squeeze my shoulder blades together, take it all the way back up, push my shoulders to the ceiling, and we're back into our foot forward, rotate up, leg back, rotate up, bring that arm back down, feet back next to each other in push-up position. Back into down dog. Back to push-up position. All the way down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. I'm not quite on the ground. All the way up into the ceiling with my shoulders, driving those to the ceiling. All right, that's gonna do it. Feeling a lot better than I was 10 minutes ago. Get after it. Don't make it all about work. Take some time for yourself. Get out for a walk. Eat some healthy food. Drink a lot of water and have a good day.